Thomas Ruggles Pynchon Jr. is not the Unabomber, although you may have heard rumors that he was. No, Thomas Pynchon is a recluse and an author, although not necessarily in that order. In fact, he objects to the term recluse, claiming that it's merely a code to describe writers who have no desire or skill when it comes to participating in interviews. Nonetheless, Mr. Pynchon agreed to speak with me on a strictly informal basis, provided we limit the conversation to 5 minutes and did not photograph or tape record his face. In fact, the entire interview was done within the dark confines of a timber shed in upstate New York, where Mr. Pynchon spends his vacations assembling clocks and writing anonymous manifestos, which he occasionally sends to the Washington Post. Mr. Pynchon, thank you for granting me this discussion.
You now have 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
Right. I wanted to discuss certain aspects of the crying of Lot 449 with you. First off, is the heroine, Oedipus Moss, justified in seeking clues to the Trastero conspiracy, or does she simply have too much time on her hands?
Much too much time on her hands. That woman sees only what she wants to see, understand? It all stems from the need for security, alright? It also stems from the need for certainty.
Yes.
We would love it if there was conspiracies unfolding around us like roly-polies in the soil.
Yes, we would. But why?
Why? Because we would have a target for our anxiety.
But what exactly is this anxiety? And why should Oedipa have it?
Why shouldn't she?
Well, you would think that someone who can suddenly have sexual intercourse with a child actor just hours after meeting him...
Whoa. You know, Metzger was not a child when he had his affair with Oedipa.
Right. No, I mean, Metzger was a former child actor, a somewhat famous one at that, and Oedipa gets the honor of sleeping with him without exerting much effort or time. Some of us aren't that lucky.
Son, that was just the calm before the storm. Before I even go any further, did you even read the novel?
No. Yes, I read it.
Then you'll see that Oedipa is very much aware of that, like all of us. She's headed towards bodily decay. And no amount of illicit sex can do anything to stave that off.
Yes.
You kind of look fatigued. You okay? Are the clocks getting to your head?
A little bit, I'm afraid.
Here, relax a little bit. We'll have some music. Now, this awareness of decay is in the back of all our minds, slowly expanding as we age. You see, this is why the novel explores, or somewhat explores, the concept of entropy.
Is that why you conjured up the Maxwell machine for your novel?
Look, I don't know what you've been told by academia, but the Maxwell machine definitely does exist.
Of course it exists.
But we're not here to discuss machines, okay? Or the demons running those machines. We're here to talk theory.
And what theory can we derive from the various discussions of entropy found in the novel?
What theories can we derive? Simply this. Everything is random.
If everything is random, then what is a woman like Oedipa to do?
The poor souls who believe such nonsense as meaningful patterns and revelations. It's better off we just left them alone.
Poor souls? You mean like Oedipa, Moss, and Mike Fallopian?
All of them. Every single one of them. Like attracts like. We're talking about people who cannot handle the natural cycles of the cosmos. A purge is needed, son. All the dreamers must be given their own filthy space so they can lead each other to ruin. If not, then someone must gather them up in a V2 rocket and send them away.
Send them away?
Like I said, a purge is needed. Your 5 minutes are up. You must go.
But it's so dark. I can't find my way to the door.
The door is by the blue glowing bomb. Blue glowing clock. Whatever you do, don't rub against it.
Thank you, Mr. Pynchon. Any chance we'll see a follow-up novel?
The rockets will launch, son. The dreamers will go. The world will be purged.
The world will be purged.
The rockets, son. Remember the rockets.
I left the shed, just barely brushing up against the blue glowing clock that Mr. Pynchon had warned me about, meditating on the insights I received. So, the world is one of pure chance, and certainty a mere pipe dream. Nonetheless, I can't help feeling like Oedipus Moss with their need for answers and more answers, and I got precious few of those from Mr. Pynchon. But perhaps that was the point. I only hope he wasn't inside that shed when it exploded into a luminous cloud of blue glowing cinders as I drove far away from the scene, back towards the ordered swirl of houses and streets.